Doing 5 and 6, and now 5 is going to be done way differently, and we really need to figure out, because we're going to be seeing, you know, we're going to be seeing this piece along with this, and I want to really go red with this. But what we're going to do is, this is 8.5. And I need to separate it out into three separate sheets. Oh, I have totally pulled my fingernail. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't need to show you that. Some people think it's gross. I broke my fingernail. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, 2.5. 2.5 is 5 and 2.5. So we're going to do, what, 2 5/8? Where is my ruler? Holy Hannah, you would think it was late last night and I didn't put anything away. And I found my pencil. Yay! Pencil with ruler. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is see what 2 5/8, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8, 1, 2, and then let's see, no, that's wrong, 2, let's erase these, because 3, 6, 9, and this is, so it needs to be 2 7/8. 1, 2. This would be 7/8, so we'll go down to a half maybe. And then what do we end up here? Okay, that's close enough. We're going to be doing right there. So let's do 2 7/8 here and 5.5 here. Okay. I think that's close enough for government work. And we're going to make a little line so that we know where we're cutting. And another little line. I'm going to actually scoot this little line to right there. There. All right. So I'm going to give this a cut. And I suppose this is something we could do before we put it down. And now you don't want to tear it if you don't get it right to the score line. And I did get it right to the score line. Because tearing it, I don't know, it just, you want to get that cut all the way down to the score line. If you tear it, it doesn't look quite as nice, because it might not tear in a straight line. Okay, and did I get that? Yes. Okay, so now we have 3 flaps. And we're going to be making pages on all 3 of these flaps. Okay. So actually this page, woo, so sorry. This is going to be, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But we need to get as much real estate on each one of these as we possibly can. So these are just going to kind of be holders, but we're going to make the pages so that we can actually get a photo, at least one photo on each. But I think we might also be working with a magnet or something that maybe we can do, something that we can get a second photo. We might make a pocket where we can slide a photo in, a little photo mat in, and have a photo on the top. And then each side of the photo mat would take, you know, one picture from each side of the date. So, all right, now what to do? Now I want to be going red, so let me pull my reds out. Let me pull my reds out first. Okay, so I've got red, I've got red, I've got red, and I've got red. This one I've already used, so I'm going to pull this out, put this back, because I'm wanting something different. I haven't used these guys yet. But I'm not sure I like these two together. I don't mind this with either one. Sticking them together, I still don't like these two together. So I think, let's see. I need something light. I don't want that one. Let's see. I need something light to break up. Let's see. And I'm liking this, not so much this one. So I think I'm going to put this one off to the side. And I'm going to pull, let's see if I like this light one. I do like that. Let's see. I'll pull this one and see if I like the lines. I don't like the lines. Not sure that one's really ever going to get used. I don't know. I just don't like it. I know I don't want to go green. And that is pretty much my choices, except I haven't done this one. I like this, but I only have one of these, and I really know that I'm going to need this to work with the wood. I don't know. I kind of like this one the best. What you guys think, huh? What you guys think? I like that. I like that a lot. And I think that that will work very well. Well, let me see. Let me put this one. I wanted to go reds. You know, I do. I want to go reds. So we're going to do this. Because I really wanted to pop with reds. And if I use that brown, it kind of subdues everything. This one's going to really pop with red. And I'm going to like that. Hopefully you guys do too. And you can, you know, not, oh, shoot. I just knocked something over, but we're not going to deal with that right now. That's very sad. It had lots of little things in it. Okay, so that's what we're going to go with for this side. And then this side, let's see. Let's see here. I think that might work because then I can put red pieces on this. Okay, so first and easiest one is let's get this one done. And get my pencil and get this up where I want it. There we go. And put a mark where it needs to be cut. And then flip it around this way. Oops, I'm gonna mess with the camera again. Put it back where I want it. sure I've got it even all the way down, even across here, and put a mark. Okay, so let's get this one cut. Get the book over here. Put a few things away. Boy, I made a mess last night, and I did not. You know what? I'm going to do it, even though I've got you on video here. Well, I say I'm going to do it. Where to put it? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay. We'll take care of it later. I was going to change my blade, but... Alright, so here is the first mark. I'm cutting it this way so that I'll have the other piece ready. So just line up where you wanted to cut, where you made your point, and give it a good cut. Mine does better going down than going up, so that's what I'm doing. And then find your mark. There it is. Okay. There we go. Put that over in the unused section, and this over in the unused section. There we go. Alright, listen, I have way too much stuff sitting out. Okay, I feel totally miscombobulated today. So that cut was nice. Better re-ink this. There we go. Okay. Bring this. So sorry I keep banging you. Okay, and I actually think with this one I'm going to do a pocket. Not going to use those again just yet. I could do a pocket with this. It's got some red elements. I could do a pocket with this because I'm not using that red, but that's a little too wild. Woo! That might actually work. And then, or actually this. Now that is going to bring my reds, bring these back over here. They're not going to be in this order, but basically. So that's going to have my reds here, green, and then this. No, no, no. Maybe. That might be the better choice. And then I can still bring red elements. I think this is going to be the most neutral. And it's going to be right on here. And I think that's going to work out just fine. Okay. So that's that. And now I'm going to work on this here. So I'm going to use this piece, well, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to use this piece to fold under, and then I'll have a nice pocket. And I'm going to put about a 1/2 inch on this side. Well, actually first, let's get my scoreboard. And let's score that first 1/2 inch. Okay. And we're going to fold it. And we're going to slide it under the card. Now, if I left, that would actually be pretty cute and almost look like an element. But no, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to find, all we're doing right now is finding where our second, let's see, my pencil, our second fold is. Now I found that if I make a mark right on the line of the paper and I make the mark where it would be like I was cutting it right there, that it's always just a little bit too short when I score it on that line. So I make a mark just off the paper, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch off the paper. So that's where I'm going to do my next score line. And let's see if that actually will work for us. So we're going to put the folded edge against, and we're going to make sure that this just happens to fit right in. Actually, I'd like it, I'm going to slide it forward. I'd like it to be a little bit more centered. No, I think that'll work. That'll work. And we're just going to put that score line in there. I'm going to fold it. And we're going to test it out. And that works really nicely. There we go. So there we go. Now it's nice, firmly in there, but it doesn't bend the paper. So now we're going to cut this, leaving ourselves about a 1/2 inch to fold over. Okay, and I'm going to just ever so slightly taper the ends. Put this back over in my partial papers. Okay, now we need to score right, I'll line it up right in the center, maybe just a little off, this side of center, so that we make sure that we're getting it completely, there we go. Oops, fell right off of there. There we go. Now we're going to cut right up to it, right up to where the two score lines meet. Don't go past it, but go right into the little area where the two score lines meet. And taper those two ends. And now you've got a nice folded bottom as well, and nothing is going to fall out of that pocket. And it's going to be super easy sliding in and out because there's nothing going to catch. This edge, sometimes if you had it in this way, that tag was always hitting that, but if you have it on the outside, now you can't always do that, but this time you can. Now, to cut down on bulk, I'm going to hold this down. I've got, let me get closer. Okay, to hold this, I've got this piece down here and I'm going to push this on top of it, and I'm going to stick my scissors right into the point and I'm going to cut. And you might have to open it up to finish it off because you don't want to tear it. But this way it mitered those corners, and I still have well, I'm really having to work for this one. And that way there's no extra bulk there, okay? Now normally if you were doing it on the inside, you would want this to be over on top of this. Excuse me, this to be over on top of this because it helps keep the tag from catching on this end all the time. But right now, we're not wanting that. We're wanting, see if I can do this better this time. It's just to give you a close enough cut. Okay, it's still, see, it's close. You're not getting perfect, but there you go. So that will cut down on the bulk, just having those where they're not on top of each other. Okay? All right, let me pull this back out again so I don't have to work in such a tiny space. Okay, put this away. So you saw how I'm doing my pocket for this one. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I've got them all the way pushed up, and just going to add some glue here. Come on. Come on, give me some glue. Oh. Maybe it's, no? There we go. Maybe it did have a little dried top to it. Okay, got that part down. That part down. And that part down. Okay. And now we still have a nice black edge around everything. The one thing I did not do before I did that was black my edges up. So I'm going to pull it as far away and do that. I'm going to just kind of finish this off around here. It just helps it to kind of disappear into the book. And then we're just going to put it down. And I'm probably going to add a snowflake, which would have been better to do before I put it down, but that's okay. We can still do it. And if you're watching this all the way through before you do it, you will catch to do it before. Catch to do it before, girl, and I'll tell you, and guy, I'll tell you what it is we're going to do. Let me just keep pushing this down. So I noticed, oh, this one's not going to be long enough, but I'm going to put this down. So let me find another piece here. One that's close to, this one will work. So I'm going to get it so it'll fit right inside the pocket. And I can't cut a straight line, as you know, to save my life. So I'm going to cut this. Can you see what I'm doing now? I'm just going to cut this. There we go. Get this. Try and center it. You got these little lines on here. You want to try and center it so that you end up with it looking the same on both sides. There we go. And okay, so I'm going to just cut this little extra off right there so that it looks like a finished snowflake, and I'm going to cut this little extra off here, and then we're just going to slide this in. Actually, I think I can cut this down just a little bit. And we'll slide that in and glue it. Okay. That is, I'm going to cut off just a smidge more. And I'm going to cut off a bit of this. We don't need to go down that far. And it's a pretty tight pocket. It's a pretty tight pocket, so I didn't, I'm not going to put a bunch in because this is the one that only has the 1/4 of an inch, and these pieces are probably going to take up quite a bit. But I did want to be able to maybe do a picture and one mat, but we'll see. It might just be a mat and you can put the picture on the mat. So let me go ahead and put some glue on the front of this. And remember, it will drag, once you get it in there, it's going to drag it forward. Oop, that was not good. Let's see where we're at now. Get it straight. See, this would be much easier to do before you put the pocket down. But how cute! Okay, and later on, you know, I might add like little embellishments, little ribbon, something, you know, that's going to break up the contrast. Okay, but probably not that, but just to show you. Okay, so that pocket, other than a tag, is done. And let me get these bits and pieces back where they belong. Okay. Oh, and my goodness, I took a class the other day and I was absolutely blown away with it. It was, oh my gosh, what was it called? It was called So Sorry. But it was S-E-W and then S-A-R-I, sorry ribbon, so sorry. There wasn't really a ton of sewing to do. There was some, if you wanted to hand sew a few things, you could. But it was just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And I will be showing you, I have to put the finishing details because, you know, when you take those classes, you don't always have enough time to finish everything. But when I put the final touches on those, I will show them to you. And the really exciting thing is it's on a 8.5 by 11 card. So you fold the 8.5 by 11 card in half. And then you take a piece that would fit on that, like a card front, and you decorate it. and it's a lot more mixed media and all kinds of stuff. So I'm super excited to show you this. I'm super excited that our book club is going to start doing these. So I am going to start doing a series on those. It might not interest all of my mini album watchers or my journal watchers, but I think I have a few mixed media people out there, or a few people that would be interested in this. It's a little different. So anyway, now we're back to this one. And I got to clear off a little bit for this one. So give me just a sec.